It's true. Let's do it on
Okay, listen.
Minority
Welcome back.
terms.
You're watching Liquid Lunch on Biz TV. As you know, I'm not a financial analyst. I do not play one on TV even. And if you're thinking about taking financial advice from me, don't, because I drink alcohol every day starting at noon. Dow up 76, a little bit of a comeback. Bitcoin at 9,500. I think that's a good support level, and it could rocket off that because it's been building support between 9 and 10 for a while. So there's some good steadiness there. But other than that, in the last segment every day, Frank fact checks me because I exaggerate, hypothecate, make things up, do conspiracy theories, and he keeps me honest. So go ahead, fire away.
All right. Well, John, 2 pseudo errors and 1 actual error.
Only 1 error. Perfect.
You describe the stock market as being literally even, right? It is not literally even by any definition of the word literally that existed prior to 6 years ago. Unfortunately,
Well, it was up $1. Well, I'm saying in my world, I round.
Unfortunately,
you know what I mean. So right, I
many
shouldn't
people,
have said I should have said figuratively.
No, you're actually technically sort of right now because your people have co-opted the word literally so that we no longer have a word that means literally. That's why I'm trying to bring back or to coin the term scripturally, that it will mean what literally used to mean. So
scripturally is like written word, and literally take it as it's written.
Right, exactly, or scripturally take it. Now, you also said that, I know what you meant, but it was just not accurate. You said that women tend to make more money than men when they do the same job. Now, you kind of prefaced it by saying when given an equal opportunity, but really there's almost no profession, according to statistics, that women and men make the same wage with. Now, we can get into why that's the case and talk about maybe we should try and reform that, but they don't tend to make more money than men. So it's not accurate.
A recent study showed that 65% of women make the financial investment final choices in their household. That men play the role and, swing their big sword around, but they can't make the decision without their wife letting them do it. And I did preface that by saying when put on equal footing.
Right, but
when 2 people are put into the same role, women, it's proven, tend to outperform men.
Well, not financially. It's not proven.
It is proven.
Well, where is it proven?
Not in medians. I'm saying when a man and a woman start in a job at the same place, women stay places longer. Women have more longevity. Women have more organizational skills. Women are more diligent. So women tend to move up the ladder faster than men starting from the same place.
The last 2 things you said, organization skills and diligence, that's totally subjective. There's no way to check. Is a woman more organized or more diligent than a man?
No, I mean, I could check by every woman I've ever known compared to me. They're way more organized.
That's what we call
and way more diligent.
Anecdotal evidence.
All right. Well,
facts.
I'm like Dr. Anthony Fauci now. There's anecdotal evidence.
Right. So is John like Dr. Anthony Fauci? Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball says.
The only thing like me and Anthony Fauci is that we have the same nation of origin.
Signs
thank
point
God,
to
Italy.
yes. I think the Magic 8 Ball.
But other than that,
I think the Magic 8 Ball was hearing the same.
I say binary things and stick by them, whether they're right or wrong. Anthony Fauci gives you a new story every other week. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. 200,000 deaths.
I think if Anthony Fauci were here, he'd let me finish my joke. But never mind. The moment has passed. You also previewed that terrific segment we just did with Karen Turk as saying that when we returned, we would be talking to Kathy Turk. Now, perhaps this is some bias that you have against the Karens because the name Karen has been so villainized.
Well, that lady
in
California Karen, I need a safe space when I hear the word Karen.
Right. So
her
name's not Kathy. Rest assured.
No, she was the purse de resistance of guests today because she was excellent, well vetted. She had all her talking points down. She looks fantastic. She's a former Mrs. Florida. She was an excellent guest. And Nico, I would encourage you to have her on as much as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
that'll make your life a lot easier
Zen
to
Sands
follow
and
up
Loren
on other
Conlon
things.
get out of line. axe one of them and
Yeah,
put Karen in their spot.
Lauren Conlon might be, our entertainment reporter might be watching right now, and Frank's already pimping out your spot here to former Mrs. Florida. And she's married, you said? Mrs. Florida?
Yes, that's why she's Mrs. Florida.
I don't know.
not
Maybe when
Ms.
she
Florida.
was Mrs. Florida, she was married, but
No,
now
her-
maybe she's Mrs. X Florida or something like that. Or
Yeah,
maybe
her
she-
husband is a very prominent Floridian.
Really? Who's her husband?
I think it's Michael Turk.
Oh, I don't know. Is he a big Trump? Is he a big Trumpy-eyed?
I don't think he's as outspoken on politics as she is, but I would imagine so. But it's just a guess.
Yeah, I think, we had 2 attempts today at introducing new guests to you, our audience. And I think Nico is batting way higher than even Pete Rose because 1 out of 2 was great. So 500.
Absolutely.
500 is a good day, Nico. Let's strike up the band. I'm going to ask the team behind the scenes now to bring in the Gatorade bucket so we can pour it over his head for a tremendous victory in getting 2 new guests and one of them being a rousing success. Thank you. Did I make any other mistakes in today's show?
That's all I have for
That's
you.
it. Will you be here tomorrow?
I'm planning on it.
You are. Okay. Why are you laughing, Nico? It is? See, for those of you watching at home, sometimes we give you a little inside baseball. There's this thing in media called the fourth wall. That's like behind the scenes, what happens. I try to give a little fourth wall because a lot of people like to know what's really happening behind the scenes. I make fun of Nico because I love him, okay? And I've known him since he was born. And I actually saved his life because he was about to go back to school for his master's degree. And then he was going to be hounded by his dad for the next 10 years why he spent 60 grand to put him through a master's degree program. And he's still pursuing being a sports radio guy. So I saved him by making him a television person. And in some ways, he saved us too, Frank. Because when, all said and done, regardless of, how sporadic his efficiencies are, he is diligent and he's here every day. And
He is here every day.
despite the 7,000 emails he has to book 6 guests per day, he's here like clockwork, that's for sure. And the other part of the fourth wall is if I don't say nice things like that to end it up, then I get like 100 emails from all his mom's friends under fake pseudonyms, and they're all emanating from IP addresses in South Jersey. So I know what's happening.
Nico is the Thomas Edison of our show. He's very good at taking credit for other people's work, like Jessica.
The worst thing you want after you is a bunch of New Jersey housewives. Trust me on that. But no, we want you to be right there tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, more liquid lunch. Thirsty Thursday tomorrow. See you then.